Just so fun to play those rooms. Except San Francisco. What a bunch of nerds over there. Jesus Christ. I said this to their faces. I did 2 shows there. Both shows, as Uncle Roger, I called them autistic and they laughed. They're all a bunch of nerds. Yeah. My jokes about GitHub got an applause break. You know what GitHub is? Good, you're normal. That's why. Yes, listeners, welcome back to HAIYAA Podcast. Sorry we took a break last week. I was just really busy on tour. I'm back in my home in London for like 5 days. We have producer Matt in here. It's good to see you in person. As opposed to your shitty quality laptop webcam. Can you believe some guy who's a producer for YouTube doesn't have a proper camera?
I've bought one. I've bought a new one, if it helps.
Yeah, you bought a webcam though. Who uses a webcam now?
Yeah, but...
Are you a cam girl? Only cam girls use even cam girls don't use webcams anymore. Cam girls use a DSLR or like a nice mirrorless camera.
I bet if I checked them, because there's lots of good reviews, I bet if I checked them, it would be just cam girl after cam girl.
How can you have a worse camera than a cam girl? You know? Why do they have better cameras than you? But it's okay, we don't have to use it just yet.
Yeah.
Probably in LA, because that's my next tour stop. Listeners, I'm back in London. I'm in the middle of my US leg of my tour. But I'm back in London to film something small for TV. I'll say it, who cares? I'm filming The Wheel.
Hey,
yeah, I'm being one of the judges on The Wheel. Is it big?
Yeah, it's like Saturday night, proper TV. Do you know what I mean? Like proper telly.
Oh, really?
I get a lot of ratings, I think.
I never heard of that show before until they asked if I wanted to do it. And I saw the show. I was like, okay, this looks fun.
Yeah.
This will be an interesting story. So I'm filming that tomorrow.
What's your topic? Like, what are you the expert on?
Yeah, guess.
Asian food.
Yep, exactly. I've told so many British friends this, and they're like, is your topic Asian food? I'm like, yep. What else could it be?
Just so broad as well.
What else could it? I mean, we don't want to scare off British people.
True.
Like Malaysian cuisine. Nobody's going to choose you. So, listeners, the way it works is 4 experts, 6 experts, a few experts sit around a wheel, and basically they get contestants in to answer questions. The more questions they get right, the more money they make. So each question, there sets a few categories, right? So for each question, the contestant gets to choose an expert. So if the question comes up as Asian food, then hopefully the wheel will spin and then they'll choose me as the expert.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But like the experts are like celebrity experts. So like...
Yeah, they're not expert
Yeah,
experts.
exactly. Like, you know your stuff, but you're not actually an expert, if you know what I mean. So that's what makes it fun.
They always get it wrong.
Yes.
The celebrities always get it wrong. And then you have to do that little dance as the wheel is spinning around.
Yeah,
but,
are you okay with what's it called when you're on like a theme park ride and you get motion sickness? Are you okay with motion sickness? It goes quite fast.
I guess I'll find out tomorrow at the studio. Am I gonna throw up? The wheel literally spins as you're on the chair, and then you have a little GoPro camera right in front of you to get a wide angle fisheye shot, and then you have to just dance. So it's either you see me dancing or I just throw up. That will go viral.
Yeah,
Uncle Roger throws up on the wheel.
You're doing it as Uncle Roger?
No, I'm doing it as myself.
Okay,
but you know, I'll bring my orange polo. We'll see. An opportunity might arise.
Yeah.
Where they want me to, do the character, and maybe I don't know. I will see. I'm not gonna shoehorn and force it in because it's just weird and awkward if it's just this one guy who's clearly a character next to 4 normal people. But we'll see. I think if I vomit on the show, that clip would go viral.
You're just eating like dodgy oysters just beforehand, hoping you're gonna get food poisoning.
I would just fucking gag reflex myself. I said spitting around, I put a finger down my throat, and just into the fisheye lens. There's projectile vomit into the fisheye lens, and then you see the vomit splatter at the lens, and you see like some stuff dripping down, but some stuff stuck on the lens. You know what I mean?
Nice.
You can picture it, right?
Yeah.
So that's why I flew back to London for 5 days. And I have to say, it's quite nice to be back home for a little bit.
Yeah, because you were moaning about, before your tour, you were moaning a bit about the UK, I noticed. I was getting the vibe, you were ready to leave.
Yeah.
So it's nice that you're ready to come back.
Yeah, for 5 days. I think UK 5 days at a time. That's the perfect time. I think I'm going to turn this house into my holiday home.
Ah, nice.
You know, because it's so pretty. And then I have all the Aesop stuff here in my bathrooms. And everywhere I go now, the hotels are not as nice as my house now. It's a problem. Like Soho House, sure, is on par.
Yeah.
But like anything else, they skimp on the finishes. They always use chrome. The chrome finishes, the silver. Just use brass, man. There's a bit of more warmth in it. So it's just really hard. That's why I enjoy coming back home. I was like, oh, I can charge my toothbrush. It is a problem. The British plug for toothbrushes is not something you get an adapter for. The British toothbrush plug or shaver socket is a different plug. It's a 2-prong, but a bit wider than the usual 2-prong on the British 3-pin. So you can't really get an adapter for that. So I had to walk around. The second half of my trip, I was walking around with the electric toothbrush that was out of charge. And nothing makes you feel poorer than just brushing your teeth with the electric toothbrush, but manually. Have you had that feeling?
Yeah, I have. It doesn't have the diameter. It doesn't cover anything.
Brushing your teeth manually with a manual toothbrush, fine. Nothing to complain about. But with the electric toothbrush, and then you have to do it manually, that's what poverty feels like. There's no other worse feeling in the world.
Is that not what middle class feels like? Like, you've got the money for the stuff, but you can't actually charge it. You can't use it properly.
I know, it sucks. So I came back here to charge my toothbrush and film the wheel, but mainly to charge my toothbrush. And I've since bought like a USB toothbrush charger. So I've solved that problem. So that's the little bits of travel that annoy me. And what I wanted to say about British TV thing. Like, if someone in America says, first of all, like the British comedy, like the panel shows, Live at the Apollo, nobody in America watches them. And in America, if you say you like panel shows, you like the British panel shows, like Taskmaster, the vibe is the same as if you said you like anime. We view it as a very niche thing.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's the surprising thing to me. Like, if when people say, oh, I like James Acaster, people just go, oh, wow. The impression that you get is that, oh, he's into very niche stuff. Okay. You know, niche Monty Python. They view all British comedy like Monty Python, like kind of niche, specific interest type genres, you know? Yeah, it's hard for a British comedy to get big there because British TV isn't just as popular over there, you know? So I'm glad I got big through YouTube. The traditional media, if there are any Britain-based comics or any comics out there listening, why would you, first of all? Go listen to something better. This is just for my fans who love me shitting on celebrity chefs. But if there are any comics out there listening, the old path is always to tell you get big in the UK, then you can go abroad. Like, the path doesn't work anymore. You get big in the UK, you still can't sell tickets abroad anyway. So the only way you don't have to get big in the UK to be big abroad. It depends on the type of the content you do. For me, I'm not big in the UK. I'm decently sized in the UK. I can sell tickets, but I'm not a household name here, but I can sell tickets in LA, in Australia, because of the power of the internet. So if you're a comic listening, that's just my little 2 cents worth. British comedy in the US is seen as this very niche. It's like saying you're into Settlers of Catan, or Pokemon cards. It's like that kind of niche thing.
So surely now the playbook is become big online, and then you're big almost anywhere in the world, I guess.
It depends on the type of content you do. I'm fortunate that my content just is food, and there's a lot of Asian people out there, so it resonates.
No, but it's like globally. Universal, isn't it? If you fuck up food, any food, it's funny. I watch so much stuff that's like random because it's like, oh, look at this guy mess this up. I'm like, oh, okay, I'll watch it. But
there are people who also do like more British references. If you do comedy about British current affairs, you can get big in Britain. But the point is, you can sell tickets from the internet way more effectively than waiting for gatekeepers to come give you an opportunity.
Interesting.
Because the opportunities are few and far between. Like, I'm doing the wheel. I don't know how many tickets it's gonna push. Like, you turn on the wheel Saturday night. The wheel is something your mom watches. Right? Your mom's not coming to my show. I think I command a very different audience. You've seen my audience. Your mom's not in the crowd.
Not yet.
Not yet. MILFs do have a soft spot for me.
Yeah, I found this out when a couple of them were emailing in to the HAIYAA pod email, not your personal one. They're like,
I'm not giving my personal email out. What are you, crazy?
I'm like, this isn't part of my job description, just like sifting through different MILFs.
Listen, that's part of your producer. You need me to have stuff to talk about on the podcast, right? So what better way than to pair me up with a hot, crazy MILF after you see that email? You can answer as me. So the context is, listeners, I posted on my Insta story, I'm looking for videographers for certain cities. And then I left this email address. And then because there's an email address, some people thought there was an in to get into my inbox and my pants, So they just emailed that email address. And then guess who's reading it? It's Matt. It's not me.
Sorry.
But I'm very flattered. I'm very flattered. Send some nudes in.
They were
next
really
time.
nice. As a way, and let me just they didn't send in nudes, and I'm not saying they're really nice, but they were very polite in the way they were approaching it. It was really cute.
Oh,
They were like,
really?
I'm going to shoot my shot, and they were like, it was nice little like messages. I was like, oh, this is nice.
I need to read some of
Like,
them.
it's not seedy. Do you know what I mean? It wasn't, like that.
I like CD. I like the CD one. Just come fuck me in the ass, Nigel. Here's my address.
Oh my God.
That would gain my attention.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, she's bold. She's bold. She's giving off rapist vibes, but like fun rapist.
Oh my God.
It's a double standard. You can say that shit to men. We can take it.
Yeah. True.
You know, it's just women out there complaining. Kidding. Yeah.
So, just tour life. Talk us through. I know, obviously, you've spoken about tour in the UK, so if it's like that, then don't tell us.
Oh, no. Way better. Holy shit, I don't even know where to start. Way better. I actually thought because the UK tour was, to me, it felt very Groundhog Day.
Yeah.
Oh, this again. But in the US, I guess because the places are all new to me.
Yeah.
And the people are just nicer there. I want to film my special in the US.
Oh, yeah.
That is a thing. Like, not even, I know I'm doing the Apollo, which is my biggest show to date. And probably my last ever time I'm doing this show, next February. But I'm definitely not filming my special there. I'm definitely filming my special in America. They just laugh more. In Chicago, man, everything goes up a level. Like jokes that get laughs here, sometimes over there it gets laughs and applause breaks. And then jokes that get applause breaks here, get laughs, applause breaks, and then cheers. For punchlines, they're like, whoa!
People just shitting themselves. It's so
Yeah,
good.
they love it. They're just appreciative. They're louder. It sounds better on tape.
Yeah.
You
I
know,
get that. I can
much
understand
better. I'm definitely filming there. I'm a short list in my head right now where I want to film Chicago or New York.
Nice.
You know, New York would be probably, if I film there at New York Town Hall, which are still some tickets available on the balcony. I think like 50 tickets left. So we probably sell, and that's in October. So we probably sell out before that and put on another town hall, New York Town Hall gig. That's 1,500 seats.
Congrats. That's
Thank
really
you.
cool.
Thank you very much. And then hopefully, if I do 2 town halls, we film both of those and then piece them together as a special.
Yeah.
Either we sell it to a distributor like Netflix, or we just put it on our own YouTube channel.
Cool. Oh, amazing.
Both have pros and cons, you know?
Yeah. Well, Netflix might not be around by then, but yeah. Sure.
Yeah, big stock price dip. They keep raising their prices, and they keep clamping down on VPN usage, and they keep clamping on password sharing. It's like, yeah.
And spending 30 million an episode on Stranger Things. It's like
30 million an episode.
Insanity.
Where is it? It's not even out yet. It's been 4 years, Stranger Things. The kids are grown up now. Just put it out. 11:30. Put it out. Only people who watch Stranger Things will get that reference, I guess. But how long do you need? There was a whole pandemic. You could have filmed it then. And then the programming, I hear, I don't have that much time to watch. They say it's getting worse. I think it's fine. I've watched a few episodes of Anna Delvey, Inventing Anna.
Oh yeah.
I finished it actually. I didn't watch it. I finished it, and I also watched some Queer Eye.
I
on
love
the
Queer
plane.
Eye.
Yeah, it's so great. I want to be the 6th member of Queer Eye, but the mean one. That's my next character. The 6th member of Queer Eye who was fired because he was too mean.
I love that.
Because the Fab 5, the Queer Eye, the 5 gay guys are all so nice.
Yeah.
And I'm like, aren't gay guys supposed to be a little bit sassy and bitchy? Where is that stereotype, right? Like, we get it. You have like 3 or 4 guys who are nice ones. You need a sassy one for the drama.
Yeah.
So if they put me on, that's my next character.
You could do that, or you could replace the food guy, because I swear he's not very good. He never does anything.
I mean,
here's how you do guacamole. It's literally avocado and like coriander.
But avocado is the worst thing to have happened in the culinary world. I'll come out and say it. I'll be canceled by all the white women. Avocado is the worst thing that's happened to the cooking world. It's tasteless goo.
No.
Avocado is tasteless goo, and you oppress a Mexican farmer for it. That is the worst thing to have happened in the cooking world. It doesn't even taste good, and you're paying people shitty wages to do that. If it's like shark fin or endangered species, yeah, I get it, because shark's fin tastes amazing. Kill some sharks. Make them extinct. But you're like oppressing this poor Mexican Colombian farmer for avocados? Like the diamond trade, I get it. Diamonds are valuable. Yeah, blood diamonds. Yeah, make them work in the mines, whatever.
Oh my god!
But like avocados? Come on, don't be unethical for avocados.
They're very good on toast.
Ugh.
With like salt and pepper, chili flakes. Yeah.
Ugh. It's what people with COVID eat because it tastes like what they would taste if they had COVID. It's just a terrible thing to oppress farmers for. You know, there are better things to oppress farmers for. Like rice. You can oppress farmers for rice. I don't give a shit. Ugh. So anyways, what was I saying?
American tour, and how has it been? What's been your favorite place so far?
Oh, every place is fun for a different reason. Texas was so fun. One, I met Joshua Weissman. I filmed a collab video with him. That's coming out.
Amazing.
I'm editing Esther, the collab me and Esther filmed in New York, and that's coming out on Sunday. Cool. When this comes out Wednesday, 5 days later, you'll see it, listeners. I'm very excited. It's very funny. We have good chemistry on camera. You know, if I say so myself. Okay. We have good chemistry on camera. And the New York is super fun. I would say New York is very, very fun, but because New York has a lot of like industry, as in I had to do so many interviews, photo shoots and stuff, so it was hard for me to have like just let loose. And LA will be the same thing, unfortunately. But San Francisco, I had time to just explore a bit. Texas, like Houston, Dallas, I had time to explore a bit. Philadelphia, had nothing to do there. Just 4 days there, nothing to do. I just explored a bit. It was so cool. Houston is great, man. It's like people are so warm. Joshua Weissman he's legit. He can cook. So shout out to Joshua. We're gonna film a podcast together, me and him, but we just couldn't find the time. But next time, I think I'm adding some Austin dates later this year. So
I really want to go to Austin.
We will do a podcast with Josh. He's a good guy. He can really cook. I did a video with him. We made pad thai together. I don't want to give too much away. It's a really fun video. And he was just really nice. I landed into Houston. I was like, I don't know anyone here. I texted him, hey, Josh, you want to go get food? And then he said, yeah, sure. I'll come pick you up. Easy.
Yeah.
No need for planning 2 weeks in advance, like London. No need for booking, you know. So we just went. And red states, Texas, holy shit, it's such a different country. And it makes me feel happy that I do well there.
Yeah.
Because that means that, you know, my stuff is universal. And two, it's not political. America is such a politically fractured place. And I have jokes about anti-vaxxers. I have jokes about guns. But there's no agenda. It's not preachy. It's just saying stuff, right?
How did the gun jokes go down?
Oh, they love it. I just mentioned. So it's a tweaked version of a joke you've heard in the UK. So I just said, you know what they call a bidet in the UK to American audience, right? I said, you know what they call it? They call it a bum gun. And then they're like, that gets a big laugh because you and your wacky British shit, the quaint British shit. I realize now. Things here are quaint and wacky. Yeah. They're not universal. They're just quaint and
very specific.
Yeah, quaint British shit. I want no part of this quaint British shit. So I said, do you know what they call a bidet back there? They call it a bum gun. That gets a big laugh. And I say, you should call it that because what better way to get you guys to buy something than to put the word gun in it, right? You guys are passionate about that. And then Texas people are like, whoa, yeah! I love that shit. Then I do a southern accent to, you know, pander to them a bit. I just go, y'all can pry my bum gun from my cold dead butthole. And they love it. They're just eating it up. They're like, yeah! I came out wearing a cowboy hat. But cowboy hats look good, man. They're made from this. In the summer, you have to wear like the straw ones. Yeah. So I bought the straw one because it's like spring, right? And it's nice. It actually looks good. It feels good. Good quality. I paid $100 for it. And I just threw it into the crowd. And I signed it afterwards.
That's balling.
Yeah.
When you can throw a hat away, balling. You've made it. You've made it, Nigel.
I'm not gonna fly back with the hat. You can't fold it, so you have to carry it. They say, we recommend if you travel, just wear it with you. I'm like, I don't have the balls to travel from San Francisco back to London with a cowboy hat on, looking like an Asian person. Like that is
amazing.
All sorts of. I don't have the balls yet. That feels like something you would do if you lose a bet or something, you know?
It's like white British people when they go to Thailand, they come back wearing like the full dress. And
yeah,
stuff like that.
I can't do that. I don't have the balls to culturally appropriate white people just yet. Yeah. Oh, that's another great thing. It's not cultural appropriation for I wear a cowboy hat. It's great. Being Asian is so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, being white sucks now. It's hard for you guys, man. And I feel like there's so many people who want to laugh along with us, but they're just too worried to laugh. They're petrified in case it looks racist. So I'm like, relax, guys. Let's just all have fun. So my jokes are all just fun, you know. I say, you love your guns here. It's a very neutral statement. It's not like, you love your guns here, you know. And it's not judgy. People are different. I can see why you need a gun if you live out in Texas. Things are so far apart. Yeah. You have no neighbors. You hear a noise, you hear a tiger in your backyard. What do? You're fucked. You need a gun. I want a gun. I want to shoot some stuff. In London, I'm pro gun. I want to have a gun, but I don't want other people to have it. I'm like pro gun, but only for me. Okay? Nobody else in like at least a certain radius. On this street, I should be the only gun owner. But yeah, Texas, so fun. They're very loud, very appreciative. Red states, man, people give them too much shit. They're normal people just like us, you know. So it was super fun. And anti-vaxxers, when I did my joke about anti-vaxxers, it's just about how anti-vaxxers are way more fun to hang out with than COVID cautious people. I mentioned the word anti-vaxxers. I was like, are you guys anti-vaxxers? They're like, yeah! Yeah, brother! Don't put that government shit in you, brother. I don't need no mRNA bullshit. So, yeah. So I'd rather eat Jamie Oliver's fried rice than put that shit in my body.
Oh my God.
So that's so fun. That's so fun as long as you don't come at them and judge them. Like that's why I think a lot of like London comics. After I do that gig, I texted one of my comedian friends. I'm like, oh, this comic, a well-known like very liberal wokey comic. Oh, these people won't do well in Texas. They come out with all these judgmental attitudes, you know, and they always forget like half the country's Republican.
Yeah.
Right. So if you just come straight out and be like, yeah, fuck Trump, and you lose half the audience instantly, unless you only play New York City and San Francisco.
And LA.
Yeah, and LA.
Yes, yeah.
Anywhere else, you lose half the crowd immediately. So if you want a career, you better learn how to make jokes without like coming across as preachy, I think. Which I think I'm doing an okay job at it, you know?
Yeah.
So Texas, Dallas and Houston were really fun. New York was super fun. Gramercy Theater, man. It's just something special. Gramercy Theater, I have to say, about the same capacity as Leicester Square in London. But then you walk past the theater and I see my name in the marquee. It just says Nigel Ng, sold out. And it's just, it's a good feeling, man.
Congrats. That's very cool.
Thank you.
I've been watching from afar and been like, oh, it looks like living the dream.
It is. Seriously, man. You have to, I had to like take a few moments and just be like, fuck yeah. You know, quietly celebrate.
Nice. Yeah.
You know,
good.
and I had some friends to celebrate it with. But it's good. You bet on the right horse, Matt. You bet on the right horse. Matt's thinking, yes, he's doing good. But I was hoping maybe like if the podcast grows more, we'll fly you out and record stuff too,
dude,
because it's just more convenient, man. Otherwise, I have to. When I filmed the podcast episode with Stephen He, which was great. Thank you for watching, listeners. We got a lot of new subscribers from that. Thank you very much. I had to bring. The studio only had one camera. So Steven had to bring one of his cameras. I had to bring one of my cameras, and his stuff is always autofocus because he has a fancy camera that doesn't have autofocus. And like, Steven, you're a YouTuber. Why are you doing this? You know,
he needs a focus puller if he's gonna do that.
Yeah, like who's gonna focus pull a podcast?
Yeah.
That's like the worst. That's how you know you didn't achieve your hopes and dreams. If you're focus pulling a podcast, in case like Steven just leans back as he laughs, then you have to focus pull. That's sad. Nobody's gonna do that. It's like, Steven, come on. Love your work, but you don't need a Sony FS7. Just get like a regular camera.
Was it quite humbling for you having to set up your tripod and everything? Like,
well, I'm used to it, you know. I'm used to that life.
So salt of the earth kind of guy.
Yeah, I'm a salt of the earth guy who loves Aesop and Diptyque. And that's another thing. I miss my Diptyque. Hotel rooms, they kind of skimp on it. I need a scent. Every place in my house, there's a scent. There's Diptyque base. That's a scent. But hotel rooms don't have no scent. That makes me really sad. Yeah, they're very sterile. It's like, you know, people have affairs here, right? Make it smell nice. Who is this? Oh, the builders. Let's answer on live on the pod. Hey, Mark.
Are you in your house at the moment?
Yeah, I am.
Oh, right. I'm just downstairs.
Oh, you're just downstairs. Oh, sorry. I'm just podcasting with headphones in. So I'll let you in right now.
No, it's all right. I'm in anyway. Don't worry about it. I just thought I'd let you know that I'm in the house. I'm just getting my Karachi and I'm going.
Your Karachi. Okay, cool. No problem.
Okay, cheers, mate. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Mark. Bye.
See, that is why it's good you don't have a gun. Because if you didn't hear him, because you had your headphones on and you've got a gun, that is knock on the door. Bang, bang, bang.
Why would I shoot at a knock on the door? Why would I do that?
It's what happens.
You knock on my door. I don't shoot you. You just you just ask who it is.
No, but if they knocked on this door so they're in the house and you had no idea they're in the house, you would crap your pants. You would. And if you had
they're
a gun,
in the house.
Yeah, in the house. That's what I'm saying. In the house.
Oh, yeah. You would first see who it is first, though. You open the door first and assess the situation.
Well, that was the whole Oscar Pistorius thing, wasn't
What
it?
I'm learning here is don't give Matt a gun. He's an irresponsible gun owner. Like, yeah, Oscar Pistorius, he wanted to kill that bitch anyway. I'm telling you, nobody's that dumb. Okay?
I regret bringing her up.
This is the whole OJ shit.
No.
You know? What happened to Oscar? Did he get away with it?
Sadly, I've
Yeah, because he's
isn't
white.
it?
That's why. No, kidding. I don't care. But I think want to kill that bitch anyway. You know?
You fucking know, you can't say that.
Dude, any relationship, there are moments where you want to kill the other person. Am I wrong here? You probably have moments where you want to just strangle Gemma, and vice versa for Gemma, if I may add. I've had moments where I had to strangle my ex-wife, and same thing for her, where she was very mad at me. That's what a relationship is. Why are we pretending now that nobody wants to kill anybody ever? But the tour has been great. Gramercy Theater, sold out 4 shows there, and it's just an amazing feeling. And New York, I don't know, there's just something about making it in New York, you know?
Yeah.
I think, too, initially I was worried because, you know, again, the UK tour just felt so Groundhog Day-y. And then the US tour, I was a bit hesitant. I was a bit scared. I was like, oh, what if the jokes don't work? The references don't work? Sure. I had to do a few sets before my actual shows to iron down the references.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. I did like 3 or 4 sets in Chicago.
Some warm-up stuff.
Yeah, to make sure the references work, make sure the jokes work, which
cool.
they all work. Sure, I had to tweak some references, but as the shows, the tour progresses, now I have a slick US set now.
Yeah.
Drop certain bits grew bigger. The show's even stronger now. When you come to see it in Apollo, it's even bigger, stronger show. And I was worried about being away from home for 3 weeks. Yeah. But I love it, man. I can't wait to go back. Seriously, I enjoy being here, and it's nice. And my only time I have a break now is when I fly business class. I have 8 hours to just watch Netflix. That's how I see it, you know. It's like, so yeah, can't wait to fly back out to LA on Thursday. Oh, that's another thing too. When I go there, it just feels like, I don't know what it is, but when I go there, people just feel so welcoming. Like, I want to film something with someone, they're like, yeah, sure, man. They reach out to me, like, yeah, let's film something, man. I'm not even from there. I don't even live there. Like, I did a podcast with Ryan Long. He's a really funny comic whose stuff I quite enjoy. So I just hit him up. Hey, man, I'm in New York. Want to podcast together? I'm free this time. And then we just did it.
Nice.
You know, it's just so easy and casual. But over here, it's like, I'm just working by myself.
Yeah.
You know, and it's weird. Like, how much more do I have to prove myself? I have some funny shit. I have an audience. I would love to work with other people here. It just doesn't happen here. Do people not care about Asian shit? Maybe that's another thing. People just don't care about Asian shit as much. When I say Asian, East Asian. Okay. Right? Southeast Asian. But in the US, it's more white people know what bulgogi is, you know? They know what a lot of Asian foods are.
Yeah.
I think there's just more exposure and visibility for us. Over here, I don't know, it's your
very
quaint
sheltered.
British shit. What do you know? I see myself ending up in the US, man. I think I'm gonna turn this house into my little holiday home, you know? And I'll keep it empty for most of the year. And no, I will not let the Ukrainian refugees live here. But listen, I was thinking about this. I don't want them to live here. I'm happy to pay for them like a hostel somewhere if they have a charity set up. I'm happy to pay for the, youth hostel charity for the refugees to stay there. But I don't think they'll enjoy my house. I think there are a few levels removed from enjoying Aesop products. You know, if you just escaped like airstrikes and landmines, you're not gonna appreciate patchouli and coriander. Let's put it that way. So this thing will go above their heads, will fly above their heads for them. They need to. They won't enjoy this house. That's what I'm saying.
Don't they deserve that though? Don't they deserve the nice things because they've come from,
Yeah, but we
turmoil.
start from the things they need first, like shelter, food, warmth. Okay, then slowly, maybe the next generation, their kids can enjoy Aesop and patchouli and bergamot. They're not gonna enjoy this leafy North London suburb if you're escaping from Mariupol, right? It takes a little bit of adjusting back to society first, then you can enjoy the finer things. You just want to escape. So I have friends telling me, why don't you just, do that thing where you just take on a few Ukrainian borders? I'm like, no, they won't enjoy it. It's lost on them. Am I wrong here? I'm saying I wanted to help them, but I'm saying this is not the best way. So yeah, I want to keep this empty, have my plant guy come in every week, have my cleaner come in every week, and then this can just be my holiday home. I think UK 5 days at a time, that's about the right amount. Before I get frustrated, I'd be like, why is nothing happening here? Seattle people, we're announcing the rescheduled dates. I think it would have been announce already when it comes out, but I believe it's May 12th and May 13th.
Hey guys, it's producer Matt here. Nigel wanted me to let you know that actually the rescheduled shows are going to be 2 of them on May 13th in Seattle, not on the 12th. So 2 shows on the May 13th. And back to the show.
So I'll be in Seattle. Sorry to reschedule, guys, but I have to film The Wheel. The British people need to see my expertise in Asian food, okay?
And your dancing.
My dad, oh yeah. It's just, light Saturday night entertainment.
Yeah.
For people's moms, for people who still watch TV.
That's for all the family while we're having a takeaway, probably like ripping off bad Asian food. It's great. We've got our chicken balls there. Like, we're loving
the chicken balls. Yeah. See, most big cities in even Dallas has a K-town.
Really?
A Koreatown. Yeah. It's a little suburb called Carrington. So I went there and I got recognized in Dallas. It's crazy, isn't it?
That's cool.
Yeah. I got recognized everywhere, man. Not a lot, a decent amount. It's just so fun to play those rooms. Except San Francisco. What a bunch of nerds over there. Jesus Christ. I said this to their faces. I did 2 shows there. Both shows, as Uncle Roger, I called them autistic and they laughed. They're all a bunch of nerds. I mean, it's all tech people, right?
Yeah.
My jokes about GitHub got an applause break. Seriously. You know what GitHub is? Good, you're normal. That's why. Bunch of nerds. One of my crowd work questions, okay, it was one time I was doing crowd work. I talked to this lady in the front. She knew I was talking to her and she just looked down and ignored my question. I was like, so what do you do? And she just looked down. I'm talking to you, lady. This is not a TV. You look down, I'm still here. I'm still here. You're probably thinking, sitting there thinking, why isn't this done over Zoom? You could easily take this comedy show to Zoom and Microsoft Teams, which is another joke I did, and they got a big laugh too. Zoom jokes work there.
Yeah.
During the pandemic, as a comic, you have a lot of Zoom jokes. I did that. They all crushed. Those Zoom jokes crushed. Now, how do you do a comedy show over Zoom? You have to unmute yourself, space bar, ha 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 ha, space bar. That crushed. And they kept encouraging me. And I had to explain real life concepts with code.
Oh no.
No, so I had to be like, I went through a divorce. Oh, a divorce is a thing where your pull request has conflicts in it. You can't merge into the master branch, And they loved that shit. They're lapping it up. Bunch of nerds. One of my crowd work questions was, so how many screens do you have at work? Seriously. And then they answered properly. They're like, well, 2 sometimes, but sometimes I take my iPad, so 3. And then if I use my iPad, one of the monitors I use will be vertical.
Oh my God.
And I just went, is this something that impresses women here? Hey, babe, I have a screen that's vertical, 4K HDR, babe. So everywhere was fun except San Francisco. They were all a bunch of autistic nerds.
Oh my God.
And I got a Twitter DM later. I really enjoyed the show, but I didn't appreciate we made fun of autistic people. I'm like, but you guys were all autistic. I'm not making fun of you. I'm just saying you are autistic, and you guys laugh because it's true. I'm not saying autistic people suck. I'm just saying, why are you so autistic? And you tell me, am I wrong? No. San Francisco has the highest autistic millionaires per capita in the world. Seriously, they're all rich as fuck.
Yeah.
They're all millionaires. They're all way richer than you. And they're all autistic. So, San Fran, let me down a little bit, San Fran. I thought it would be San Francisco. Maybe I'll film my special here. A lot of Asian people. Nope. Too autistic. Film in New York or Chicago. Yeah, Chicago is fun, man. The working class town. They were buying me drinks.
Oh, that's nice.
When I was on stage, just walk on and just hand me a drink.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, so fun. Never happened here in the UK.
No.
Yeah, I can't do it anymore, man. I need to. Comedy there is fun, And Ronnie Chang talks about this in his latest special. Comedy here, Jesus, you go to the Edinburgh Fringe and everybody's trying to do Hannah Gadsby. Everybody's trying to do Nanette, like the one-man show with the story and the crying and the social justice angle and the awards and people give out awards for comedy here, which is like, to American people, they say, introduce me on the radio or podcast show or whatever. They say, oh, this got award-winning stand-up. It's like, Nobody cares. It's actually worse if you win an award. I think it makes you a worse comic. 90% of the time.
Why is that? That's interesting.
Name some award-winning people from the Edinburgh Fringe, and I'll show you someone who can't have a career outside of the Fringe. Okay? Because comedy here, people forgot to make it fun. You know, if you're in London, go watch something at Soho Theatre and tell me if it's fun. You tell me. Go watch a comedy show at Soho Theatre and tell me if you had fun. Don't tell me if it made you think. It definitely made you think. You definitely left a smarter person, sure. But tell me, did you have fun? I have this perspective because I've done comedy abroad and I see what, normal people, normal, non-autistic people, even autistic people want fun too, but what normal people want. And then you come to London, it's such a bubble, and because all your peers, as a comic, I'm saying as a comic perspective now, I'm helping people. If you see all your peers do this kind of shit, it's very easy to go down the path of thinking, oh, I need to do this kind of shit to be successful too. No! You'll be less successful. Just make something fun. Okay? People forget to do that sometimes.
I think that's why Harry Hill's so funny, because it's so like absurdist and silly.
Yeah.
It's just fun. It
is fun.
Laugh.
But that's like quirky British shit though. But it's fun. It's nice. There's no agenda, no like preachiness. And speaking of the fun topic, that's why it's sometimes quite telling when I did get interviewed in NPR, which is I'm super grateful for. Great publication. Yep. It's like the American version of BBC Radio 4 that people actually listen to.
Yeah, very respected.
Yeah, BBC Radio 4. Most things in the UK is like a lesser, non-relevant version of things America has. No offense. So I've done Radio 4 things a few times.
Yeah.
Nothing. I did NPR. People are messaging me like, holy shit, I saw your NPR. You made it, bro. You made it. So I'm very grateful to be featured in NPR. But because it's such a highbrow publication, it's cool. But the questions they asked were things like, do you feel like doing the accent perpetuates negative stereotypes about Asians?
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. And I have answered. Of course, I have an answer for that. The short answer is no. I've answered that so many times on the podcast. But what's missing from these questions is, do you feel like doing the accent is fun? Because that's why people watch it, right? It's fun. It's lighthearted. Like me reviewing the BBC food egg fried rice video as myself, that's not fun. Would that go viral? Fuck no. It's not fun. And I get so many questions like, will you ever get sick of doing the Uncle Roger character? Like, maybe in a few years, I don't know. But why did you... It's a weird question to ask. Like, it's like asking, would you ever get sick of doing a fun thing that makes people happy? Yeah, maybe, but people keep going like, they don't see that, the accent makes it fun. The character, it adds color to a scene, you do a character, it has an orange polo, it's wacky, it's fun, it's memorable. People don't see the comedic element of it. They always see like the social element of it. Will this perpetuate negative stereotypes? And again, the answer is no. I have to say though, in New York, there was one day out of the 3 weeks where I just felt so stressed out. It was in New York. I remember I had to wake up early. I had a 2-hour call with a comedian friend, to help write some stuff together. And then I had a shoot, the YouTube network, snack that is coming out. Uncle Roger eating some snacks and stuff. And then I had a meeting, then 3 interviews back to back, then a photo shoot. And that day I just felt like, breaking down at the end of the day and crying a little bit. I just needed a hug that day, So 1 day out of 3 weeks is not bad. The other 20 days out of 3 weeks, I was like feeling fucking great. I was like, yes, meeting cool people and eating good food. Oh, the food there, much better. Portion sizes too big, of course, but it's America, right? That's that thing they're known for. Like portion sizes here, like 4 olives in a tapas place. That's like a main course, isn't it? A tapas place in London, 4 olives, 4 toothpicks on there. That's a main course. But in America's the only place where people have steaks for breakfast.
Yeah.
Right? It's real. I ordered one in San Francisco. I just wanted an American diner breakfast because having money but pretending I'm working class seems to be like a touristy thing to do now.
Oh, God.
Not just me, everybody. In San Francisco, they're rich as fuck.
Yeah.
Am I wrong? I'm not wrong. In San Francisco, they're all rich as fuck tech people. But I just love, the American diner with their shitty coffee. It's almost like a, working class safari type thing. This is what they go through. It's so quaint and romantic and so working class, and I'm one of the people. That seems to be a thing in America now. This kind of like working class tourism.
Yeah.
Because they're so far removed from real life, especially the San Francisco tech workers who starting salary after they graduate, probably $300K. USD plus stock. So they have just so far removed from what regular people face that they feel like these regular people things are now like this quaint little touristy destinations, touristy things to do, fun things to do. Let's go get the diner and have some fries and steak for breakfast, steak and eggs for breakfast. And I got the steak and eggs. The steak was huge. So the portion sizes there are humongous, but the food, if you know where to go, it's better, except for the wine. Wine sucks there. But loving it, man. Can't wait to go back to LA. It's good, It gives me so much my life has just been so different, and I get to see the world. So yeah, can't wait to go back. LA, the sun, another shirtless photos coming up.
Oh, that's good. That means there's going to be another jump for the podcast. I'm looking forward to that.
Jump for the podcast. I'm using to sell tickets this time. sell tickets for my show. You can see more than this at the show. You'll see this and more at the show, All right, so what about your Asian news? Let's talk about that.
So it's not my personal Asian news, but it's my best friend. Mm-hmm. And we saw each other recently. We're working on the short film together. And he asked me a weird request. He's like, oh, my back's really bad. So he lay on the floor and got me to stand on his back. And I said, you need to sort this out. Like, this is not normal. We're 30. You shouldn't be having, like, this bad back pain. So, in where he lives, like a regional town, he went to a masseuse. And when he Googled it, it said, like, absolutely, there's no funny business here. We are a professional company.
Okay.
Yeah, professional company, professional, is it? What's the plural of masseuse? Masseuses?
Yeah.
Masseuse.
Horse.
And it's in a shopping centre, so it's not as if it's like in a back alley or something. In the waiting room, all fine. Like, yeah, even had a sign in the waiting room saying, professional place, please don't ask anything else, which obviously is implying, that stuff.
What if I want a smoothie, That's what I want. I don't want a happy ending. I want a strawberry kale blast. With extra protein.
So yeah, all going well into the actual room and all fine. Another sign in there. So it's being really explicit, like nothing weird is going to happen here. He's having the full body massage. First 40 minutes, fine. And then basically, the woman just like grabbed his balls and went full body massage. And he said, no, thank you. And then she was very annoyed at him.
Are you sure he said no? I think he told you he said no. Yeah. Okay. Why can't you get a happy ending in the mall? It's nice. Get a hand job, then get Dunkin' Donuts after.
I just think it's really sad that she, like, the expectation that she was to do that. That's what he was saying to me. Like, why did she feel she even had to do that in the first place?
It's more money for her. What can't you understand?
But also, cause I said to him, but if you swap the gender roles there, that's assault. Like, he should be going to prison.
But don't swap the gender roles then, Man can be assaulted every now and then. We can take it. No, I think it's okay to assault men if you're a Thai woman working in a massage parlor. I think that's a rule of thumb. If you work in a massage parlor, you get like a pass to assault people.
I'm going to do some research into it because I just think where has this come from? Is it like a westernized thing that we've introduced? Like you have to give them a hand job at the end of a massage?
I'm pretty sure in Asia, I have friends in Asia who get happy endings too. It's not a white thing. I know you like to think that very highly of your people, Matt, but you guys didn't invent the hand job, okay? People all around the world get happy endings and do like, weird sex shit with prostitutes.
Yeah, no, but I understand that, but like, having a massage is a professional thing that you go to college for. You're not in college being taught how to give a good hand job, are you? Like, where does that come in?
It depends on the college.
Where did the two collide, is what I want to know.
Well, if it's a legit spa, they won't call them a masseuse. They'll call themselves massage therapists. And it will feel more like a therapy, a clinic.
Okay.
And nobody wants that. Again, back to the fun thing. Which one's more fun? Right? You go to a sterile clinic and everybody's fully clothed. And then do a massage, or is a hand massage and a hand job more fun? I think we should destigmatize the sex work industry.
That's not what I'm saying.
Is that what that's what you're saying?
Not.
You're saying you're in a mall, you shouldn't get a hand job. I'm like, you're in a mall, you need a hand job. Malls are depressing. If anything, the hand job, the happy ending makes the mall less depressing. I'll go to that mall more. I'll go to Westfield. If there are happy endings at Westfield, make it less depressing. Malls are just like. Malls in the Western world are so shit and sad. It's a bunch of like crying kids and moms, and the air's like stagnant and it gives you a headache because there's no fresh air. If anything, a hand job makes it better. So your girlfriend's buying shoes and you're just like, oh, how long is she gonna take? Honey, I'll be right back. You go shop for your shoes. I'll go do my thing. You come back less stressed and more patience. Your girlfriend buys her shoes. I don't see a downside to this. I don't see a downside.
It's just like if you're British and you're like really reserved. I need a massage. I've got really bad legs at the moment. I'm terrified to go because if they ask that or do that, I'll feel so. You
can say no. You can say no.
But he did say no, and then he said that the massage got infinitely worse afterwards because she was like a bit put out. She was a bit annoyed. Why has he said no?
Maybe he needs to look at himself in the mirror because maybe he's giving off like I want happy endings look. Maybe he has that vibe about him, So it's himself to blame.
We just put a photo of him there.
It's a C vibe. Yeah, you decide.
Don't worry, Tom, I won't do that.
Does he look like a seedy guy who's gonna ask for a hand job? He probably is. Probably is. Sometimes I get stuck in malls and it takes too long. And I think vice versa for women. If I'm shopping my shit, they should be able to just go get a hand job. John Lewis should have a booth. If you're in America, maybe like I don't know, Marks and Spencer is that American thing? Macy's should have a little corner called the rest and relaxation section, the spa section. And it's just a bunch of people giving out hand jobs while your significant other is shopping for clothes or blazers or whatever.
Have you had that? Have you had a hand job?
I've had many hand jobs.
What, like a masseuse?
Masseuse? No, I don't do that shit, man. I get hand jobs from regular people.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't just prying into your sex life. I meant like, have you gone to have a massage and then you get tugged off at the end?
Not yet. Hopefully soon. I really want that to happen soon. But to me, a good massage is way more rare to get than a good hand job. That's why I prize that more.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know what to say to your friend. Maybe report that particular masseuse to the company or something.
Oh no, that'd be sad.
Yeah, so see, either you take the assault or you put some immigrant out of a job. You deal with that white guilt, Tom. Take the assault, come on. Someone grab your balls, boo-hoo, big deal. She had to she came here on a boat. She escaped the Viet Cong. Okay, she's raising 3 kids from hand jobs. Let her live. Let her give you a hand job. It's charity, Tom. It's charity. Instead of letting a Ukrainian refugee stay in your house, let a Thai woman give you a hand job. Let her feed her children. She goes home. She's all in a grumpy mood because this one white guy didn't want a hand job, so she lost out on $50. And now she's mad at herself and she takes it out on her kids and you just whacks them in the face. The kid experiences this trauma, goes to school, ends up needing therapy or starts doing fentanyl and heroin or whatever. All because Tom was too much of a pussy to get a hand job. Is that what you want to do, Tom? Can you live with yourself? Turning down a hand job and now 2 poor Asian kids are drug addicts? Have to go to rehab? That is their rock bottom. They get hit by their mom. Okay? The moms probably have a shit marriage. Probably married into the UK because it was forced. They're starving back home.
Oh my God.
And then her parents are like, we can't really, feed you anymore. Please go online to ThaiMailOrderBride.com and sign up for our profile. Otherwise, we have to, it's me or you. We only have 1 loaf of bread left. We can't really feed everyone in this house. I hear good things about the UK. It's a land of opportunity. Oh my God. And they come over here. They realize they don't know they're still going to be discriminated against. So the only job, she probably has lots of qualifications, university degrees, that's not recognized here in the West because of some fucked up reason. You don't give credit to Asian universities. So she's here. She's forced to either drive a cab or give out hand jobs. And then you, with your middle-class, luxurious life, private school, with the posh accents and floppy hair, go in there, she just just grazes your balls. And you're like, oh no, oh my. This is uncalled for. This is very untoward, Marcia. This is untoward, Marcy. Can't do this. I would not like a hand job in this Westfield, in this mall, please. My girlfriend's outside waiting for me. So next time you're given a hand job, next time you're assaulted by a Thai, a helpless Thai masseuse, walk a mile in their shoes and let her fondle your balls a little bit. Let her just give it a few strokes and she gets a better life. Goodbye.